Good, happy Friday morning, February 5th, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Friday morning edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. It's time to rise and shine and get this Friday morning edition of The Morning Show off to a great start. It's Friday, February 5th, 2021. Let's begin, where we have a little bit of everything for you in this program. First up, we begin with COVID-19 updates from Johns Hopkins University in Medicine. Let's take a look at the COVID-19 dashboard right now. And here is a look at that COVID-19 dashboard for all of you right now. There are 105,015,991 global cases, 26,681 for 20 U.S. cases. Global deaths are 2,287,372. U.S. deaths are 455,915. And that is a look at your Johns Hopkins University COVID-19 dashboard. U.S. reports over 5,000 new deaths for the first time. A staggering 5,078 fatalities from COVID-19 were registered in the United States on Thursday, yesterday, making a new single-day record according to a real-time count kept by Johns Hopkins University. It's the first time since the start of the coronavirus pandemic that the U.S. has recorded more than 5,000 deaths from the disease in a single day. Thursday's tally far exceeded the country's previous all-time high of 4,466 new deaths registered on January 12th, Johns Hopkins data shows. There were also 473 new cases of COVID-19 confirmed nationwide on Thursday, down from a peak of 282 newly confirmed infectious on January 2nd, according to Johns Hopkins data. COVID-19 data may be swamped due to possible lags in reporting over the Martin Luther King Jr. Day holiday weekend last month, as well as during storm-related closures in some northeastern states earlier this week. A total of 26,679,554 people in the U.S. have been diagnosed with COVID-19 since the pandemic began, and at least 455,869 have died, according to Johns Hopkins data. The cases include people from all 50 U.S. states, including Washington, D.C., and other U.S. territories, as well as repatriated citizens. Much of the country was under lockdown by the end of March as the first wave of the pandemic hit. By May 20th, all of the U.S. states had begun lifting stay-at-home orders and other restrictions put in place to curb the spread of the novel coronavirus. The day-to-day increase in the country's cases then hovered around 20,000 for a couple of weeks before shooting back up over the summer. The numbers lingered around 40,000 to 50,000 from mid-August through early October before surging again to record levels, crossing 100,000 for the first time on November 4th, then reached 200,000 on November 27th before topping 300,000 on January 2nd. So far, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has authorized 2 COVID-19 vaccines for emergency use, one developed by U.S. pharmaceutical giant Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech, and another developed by American biotechnology company Moderna and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease. More than 35 million vaccine doses have been administered nationwide, according to the latest data from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. GOP eyes path to power by making peace with the far right. House Republicans over the last 24 hours have voted to defund a freshman conspiracy theorist with a history of violent rhetoric and mainstream party leader who led calls for Donald Trump's impeachment. Over the course of 24 hours this week, House Republicans voted to defund a freshman conspiracy theorist with history of violent rhetoric and mainstream party leader who backed Donald Trump's impeachment. AP NORC poll. Americans are split on Trump's impeachment. A majority of the Americans say former President Donald Trump bears at least some blame for the Capitol insurrection. A majority of Americans say former President Donald Trump bears at least some blame for the Capitol insurrection, and about half say the Senate should vote to convict him at the end of his impeachment trial. House Dems meet with Biden on $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. We cannot do too much, Biden says. House Democrats met with Biden at the White House Friday morning to discuss his $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief package, the president's first in-person meeting with House Democrats since he was sworn in. Ahead of the meeting, Biden compared his push for the relief package to the effort in 2009 to get the Recovery Act passed. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Democrat leader Stan Hoy were among the members in attendance. Biden sat between Pelosi and Vice President Kamala Harris. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into weather. Let's take a look at the weather across the United States for this Friday. And here's a look at the weather across the United States for this Friday, everyone. In Boston, it'll be rain, 42 degrees. New York, rain, 43 degrees. Washington, D.C., 54 degrees with sun and clouds. In Atlanta, 49 degrees with clouds. Jacksonville, Florida, 66 degrees with rain. Tampa Bay, Florida, 76 degrees with sun. In Miami, Florida, 77 degrees with clouds. In Dallas, 61 degrees with clouds. In Phoenix, 71 degrees, sun. Las Vegas, 66 degrees, sun. Los Angeles, 71 degrees in sun. And San Francisco, 61 degrees in sun. And that is a look at the weather across the United States. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into a cooking segment. Make Melissa Clark's garlicky beans and veggie tacos. Let's take a look at that recipe right now in this cooking segment.
Mega Hit Monday, let's turn the pantry staple here with two delicious bean recipes. Helping us do that, New York Times food columnist and author, co-author of Kid in the Kitchen, Melissa Clark. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning.
Melissa.
Good morning, guys.
Good to see you. So let's start off with your garlicky, herby beans. And first and foremost, what kind of beans are we using?
So you can use any kind of bean, and that is the beauty of this recipe. Whatever dried beans you have in your house, in your pantry, use those. I have got pinto beans today, and I have soaked them for a couple. I just soaked them this morning. I got up early. I soaked my beans for about 4 hours. You can do it overnight, and they're going to go right in the pot. And I like to soak them in salty water. It helps. A little bit of salt in the soaking water adds flavor, believe it or not. And then I have you add your water. What's great, you can do this with canned beans, but what's great about doing it with dried beans is that this broth, the water I just added, turns into the richest, most delicious bean broth.
Yum.
So it's worth it taking the time to make it by yourself. Okay, another thing, add salt at the beginning of cooking. Some people say not to salt your beans till the end. I totally disagree.
All right.
Salt them at the beginning, and they will be so much more flavorful.
Melissa, I always get nervous when I cook with beans because I feel like I spent all day making this recipe and then the beans aren't done. How do you know when they're totally done and like delicious and creamy?
Oh, that is such a good. I have a great tip for that. So, just for the beans. So, just to finish, you want to add aromatics, whatever you have. I have herbs to make it herby: celery, onion, carrot, and garlic, right in the pot, and then they simmer for an hour or two, depending on how. Now you know that they're done, and I'm going to show you. These have been simmering. So, you take up some beans in a spoon, and I'm going to try to show you. You blow on them. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
I don't know if you can see, but when the skin starts to wrinkle, that's how you know that they're done. So you don't even necessarily have to take.
Wow.
Right. Well, you can also just try it, but then say that you're not sure, and you're like, "Ooh, do I want to eat a half-cooked bean?" I'm not sure. So if you blow on it, then you know you're safe,
That's
and then you
awesome.
can try it, and you know that they're done. So that's why you can do this recipe with any beans. And then what's so great is, so you make this pot of beans, you simmer it for an hour or two. If you didn't soak your beans, by the way, you don't need to soak them. You just have to add an extra half an hour to an hour on the cooking time. And then once you have them, they're so flavorful. That broth is so delicious that you don't even need to do very much to turn them into a fabulous dinner on their own. Right now I have my garlicky beans with Parmesan and some herbs on top.
Yum.
And what I like to do to make the beans even more garlicky, because I'm a garlic head, is I take a raw garlic clove right at the end
And
and
finish it
grate
off.
it into the pot.
That's
And
garlic
then that just
central.
gives it a pop.
love it.
It gives it a pop of flavor.
Very nice.
Just
Also
stir it right in.
on our website, Melissa, we've got your way of taking those beans and turning them into a great taco night as well. We really appreciate it.
Look at
Thank
that.
you.
So good.
There you
So
go.
good to see.
All you
By
have
the
to do
way-
is add tortillas.
I made your oxtails last night. They were fantastic.
Oh, I love oxtails. I'm
Yeah.
so glad. Perfect for this weather.
All
Enjoy.
right. Good to see you, Melissa. Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
You bet. For these recipes and more, head to today.com/food.
Okay, and there you go. Looks like a yummy recipe. And we're gonna switch gears now. Let's go into entertainment news. In entertainment news, the weekend's Super Bowl halftime show is unlike anything done before. Let's take a listen to that video from Entertainment Tonight.
We wanted to kind of do something that we've never done before.
The Weeknd is ready to kick off the Pepsi Super Bowl 55 halftime show in an epic and unprecedented way.
It has been reported that you pumped millions of your own dollars into this performance, and we now know that it will come entirely from the stands. So can you tell us 3 ways that you will innovate since you won't have the traditional stage?
Due to the COVID and for the safety of the players and the workers, we kind of built the stage within the stadium. And we're also using the field as well, but we wanted to kind of do something that we've never done before. I'm not going to tell you anything else because you'd have to watch on Sunday.
The 30-year-old singer, whose real name is Abel Tesfaye, has never shied away from being provocative with his art. He's been super committed to the aesthetic of his latest album, After Hours, rocking suits and head bandages at many recent performances. So will that carry over to the halftime show performance?
I definitely want to be respectful to the viewers at home. I will still incorporate some of the storyline. It's a very cohesive story I've been telling throughout this era and throughout this year. So the story will continue, but definitely will keep it PG for the families.
And when it comes to Super Bowl halftime shows of the past, The Weeknd says one stands out above the rest.
My favorite is definitely Diana Ross, 1996. She's just so glamorous, and the show just makes me smile, and she has a great exit with the helicopter. She lands in the middle of the field, grabs onto it, and flies out into the into the clouds. It's like, I wish I could have done that. I wish I thought of it. I don't think I have enough money to do it, to be honest.
Super Bowl 55 airs live Sunday, February 7th on CBS and CBS All Access.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we can't wait to see The Weeknd's halftime show on Sunday. All of us really watching. Super Bowl flashback. Beyonce, Cher, Selena Dion, and more performer interviews. Let's take a look.
I thought at one point this morning, I was looking down the staircase and I thought, you know what, if I just fell down the staircase, maybe I wouldn't break anything really bad.
There were no falls or breaks in 1999 as Cher scored the first touchdown of the day, nailing the national anthem.
Cher, you did a great job. How did it feel? I was so scared. I was scared because it's the biggest thing that ever happened.
It was one huge party at the Georgia Dome in 2000. Pop sensation Christina Aguilera steadied her nerves backstage for her halftime duet with Enrique Iglesias.
I totally felt the crowd when I was up there. I was feeling Enrique too, but...
Legend Tina Turner was also feeling the crowd.
You ever done anything like this before? I mean, this was huge.
This is big. In 2001, Justin Timberlake and NSYNC ran onto the field chased by nearly 3,000 screaming fans. Justin's then girlfriend Britney also joined them on stage, walking this way with NSYNC and Aerosmith. And Access host Pat O'Brien was in the middle of the madness.
That's it. A lot of energy up there.
I know! It's so quick, it's over now. It was fun.
U2's halftime show in 2002 was a stirring memorial for those who lost their lives on 9/11.
I can't actually look at the names or I wouldn't be able to sing. What's up, man?
In 2003, Access escorted Bon Jovi from his private jet to the field.
Super Bowl Sunday.
That year's Super Bowl lineup in San Diego was incredible.
Well, I'm ready to go.
You bet. Woohoo! All right, let's get going. How was it?
Oh my God, it was so exciting. My heart is still beating crazy.
Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes tried but failed at keeping a low profile while partying at the 2007 Super Bowl, watching Mark Anthony and then-wife Jennifer Lopez sing. The piano man Billy Joel started off the game.
Oh, here we go. Well, it's raining.
The weather didn't stop fans from storming the field at halftime for the magic that was Prince and Purple Rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Jennifer Hudson overcame her pregame anthem nerves in 2009 to bring the house down. And at halftime, the boss did not disappoint.
It's going to be penalty time. Get a lot of gigs. That's a memorable one.
Okay, there you go. And now let's take a look at those celebrity birthdays for today and see which celebrities are celebrating a birthday today. And happy birthday to all of these celebrities for today. We hope they have a wonderful birthday and a wonderful day. And that does it for this Friday edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. Thank you for watching and have a great Friday, everyone. Goodbye.